commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Child Rights and Welfare Commission for the protection of children's rights and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Jesse Okey Joe Onukalusi. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 10th October 2023. And I invite Honorable Onukalusi to move that the bill be now read a second time.
Mr. Speaker and beautiful colleagues, I rise this afternoon to seek your support and to crave your indulgence to support me to move for a bill to establish Child Rights and Welfare Commission for the protection of children's rights and related matters, HB 558. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I so move.
Honorable Adam Hashim Ranga, representing the good people of Ningiwarji Federal Constituency and from Bauchi State. I rise this afternoon to scan the motion or the bill be ably moved by Honorable Jesse Okey, HB 558. I so scan.
Centered on safeguarding the right of the child and having a commission that will be solely responsible for this act. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, this bill is separate from Child Rights Act, because if you look at the Child Rights Act, it defines the function, but this bill will have a commission that will be so responsible to ensure that the child rights are guided. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, it's in line with the United Nations on the right of the child, and even in theirs in other developed countries, this commission are well noted. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, this bill is segmented into 20 sections, defined from Section 1, this the establishment of the Commission, the Governing Council, the functions, and the various departments will handle this that will be in this commission, and the funding and the ability to fund to protect the child of Nigerians and children, especially in a vulnerable situation. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, all over the world, the protection of children is very important, especially in a volatile environment. And if we have this commission with your support, this commission will be solely responsible to show that the children's rights are protected. And we will come up with policy that will synchronize the Child Rights Act. And in the light of it, our children and the next generation will be protected. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I want to crave your indulgence and seek your support that this bill pass for the second reading.
We must avoid this needless duplication of government agencies and institutions. The question to ask is this: how much of efforts have we put in place to strengthen existing institutions as regards issues that come up from time to time? In supporting the last speaker, Honorable Ambarura, we have a very effective department. Even if it is not effective, we have a department in the Ministry of Women Affairs. The best we can do is to ensure that necessary measures are put in place to strengthen those departments, agencies that are already existing, or units within government institutions rather than having another commission. Secondly, if we can, we must ensure that we save resources rather than spending resources in places that are avoidable.
First and foremost, let me commend the effort of mover of this bill. What he raised here, that is the Child Rights Act in Nigeria, or Commission. Mr. Speaker, this issue of Child Rights Act in Nigeria is something that we have been discussing about for long. I remember when I was in the State Assembly, there was this issue. But to round it all, after serious debate across the country, then the Ministry of Women Affairs and Children, something was established.
I rise to support this bill with the following reasons. anything that we intend to do for the child can never be superfluous. It can never be superfluous in the sense that today we have 20 million out-of-school children in Nigeria. It therefore means we have to do more than enough for the child. I was a commissioner in River State at the UB, and the motto of the UB is, the education of the child is the responsibility of all. It simply means that even without a commission, that we are supposed to do everything within our power for the child. Let me take us to India. India has a higher population than Nigeria. They have the Ministry of Women Affairs. But with the population of India, with an improved number of out-of-school children, they still have the National Commission for Protection of the Child Rights. So we cannot do anything for the child here that will be considered a duplicity or superfluous. I so support.
First and foremost, commend the mover of this bill. As a rider to what my colleagues have said, I believe strongly that it is long overdue for us to dedicate a commission to children. The Child Rights Act of 2003 was adopted by Nigeria and domesticated by most of our states in Nigeria, more than 90%. As we speak, Mr. Speaker, some states have not domesticated it. And we want to use this opportunity to appeal to states that the Child Rights Act have not been domesticated to do so. Mr. Speaker, if, as we speak, we have the Ministry of Women Affairs, in some ministries in the state, you will discover that the children department, it doesn't come as a commission. It comes as maybe a department or a unit. So for my honorable colleague to be seeking that we dedicate a commission, I think it is not too much.
Thank you. Unfortunately, why some of us, members on the floor, most of these laudable bills, while some people probably may just be making their debate against them, is because of the way we have not been delineating policy, making bills, enforcement making ones, and those that are regulatory in nature. Otherwise, this bill ought to have just been a bill of the kind of taking a bow and then it is passed on this floor. So wholeheartedly, Mr. Speaker, I want to support this bill, ordering them on these three categories that I've mentioned, which should be the backbone of this special bill for the child. And it's all over. I have had privilege in the Night Assembly to attend so many conferences, even together with the United Kingdom's Parliament. Everything about this servitude, child servitude, the commissions that have even really sponsored things like this all over the globe. So Nigeria should not be left out in benefiting from all this, and unless it is so streamlined. The fact that we have Ministry of Women Affairs, fine, but in what capacity? Is it a specially dedicated regulatory body or policy making? So I wholeheartedly, Mr. Speaker, support this and then appeal that we do not need to subject it to further interrogations.
Those against say name. The ayes have it.